Sometimes I find starting with the darker one works better, but I don't know. Okay, I think I've decided. I don't know, maybe the budget didn't support that. Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I was going to hold off until November to do some like Christmassy themed things, but I did just want to do this one because I have purchased myself the Too Faced Christmas Cookie House Party palettes and I just couldn't wait to test them. I bought them like a week ago and I've been waiting to unpackage them for the sake of this video. So I know it's a little bit early, but we are going to do a Christmas themed video today. So Debenhams actually had I think they had like a 15% off sale on like makeup products, so that's why I bought these so early, because these are, I don't know how much, wait let me just look up how much they are normally. So oh, it's actually gone back up. On Debenhams it's now £55, but I bought it for £44, which I think is a really good price for what you get in the kit. And then I bought the Too Faced Extra Spicy Eye Palette at the same time, which is £39, but I got it for £33 because Debenhams had a like beauty sale. So in this kit you get a face palette, an eyeshadow palette, and then another eyeshadow palette with like shimmers in, and then a gingerbread melted matte lipstick, a mini eyeshadow primer, and a mini Better Than Sex Mascara. So I think for £44 it's actually really good value for money. So I have just brought the camera in a little bit closer so we can see what I'm doing. And all I've got on my face at the minute is foundation and concealer because I obviously want to test out the palette. This is what the whole thing looks like all together. It is actually all magnetic, which I think is a really nice little design piece. This also comes off, that's the little mini glitter palette. And it's just really cute packaging. I can never resist a little Too Faced Christmas packaging. So in here we've got the face products. There's a bronzer slash contour called Extra Toasty, a blusher called Daydreamer, and a highlighter called Get Frosted. The only thing to note is that there isn't actually a mirror in this one, which is kind of annoying because usually I'd do it like in the mirror. So I'm just going to grab a mirror. So I'm just going to go into the bronzer shade. Now Too Faced products are usually really pigmented, so I'm going to take the tiniest bit on my brush and see what that does. Okay, so I didn't take much and that has already showed up, and I think it's quite a nice shade for me actually. So I've just added that like bronzer contour shade and I really like that. It's like my perfect shade. It's not patchy, it's just like blended really nicely, so I think that's probably a new favourite for me. And then I'm just going to take the blusher and pop that obviously on my cheek somewhere I normally would. Again, really nice shade. I think it would really work for like other skin tones as well, because like in the pan it looks quite dark there, but it has showed up quite nicely on my face. It's not too dark or anything, and again it looks really nice and natural. And then the thing I'm most excited for is the highlighter here. I don't know whether it looks a bit dark or not, but I want to see how it looks on my face obviously, so let's have a look. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but that is a really nice highlighter. I don't think I've ever used a Too Faced highlighter before, but this one is so nice. Like, it's not too blinding, it's not glittery or anything, because normally I don't really like it when highlighters are glittery. Like for me, I prefer more of like a glowy one. Doesn't really show too much texture. It's not too dark for me either, like it doesn't have that weird like line that sometimes happens when it's too dark. I really like that. I think I'm going to be using that face palette a lot because at the minute I'm using the like Revolution, I think it's called Contour, like Ultra Sculpt Contour Kit or something. I've mentioned it in a lot of my previous videos, but I think this might just replace that because I really like all of the products in there. Okay, so moving on to the eyeshadows, which is obviously the main event. So I don't know whether to just use the big palette or incorporate the small glitter palette. So let me just show you. This is the small glitter palette. Just look at those glitters. I mean, I don't know whether they're like pressed glitters or whether they're like glittery eyeshadows. I mean, they're probably pressed glitters looking at them. I haven't swatched them yet, but I will do some swatches to insert in a sec. But I think they will probably need glitter glue, so I probably will use one of those because I can't just not. And then this is the main eyeshadow palette with 20 eyeshadows in. So again, really good value for money if you manage to get it in the Debenham sale. If not, I still think it's good value for money. Like £55 for all of this I think is definitely worth it. But there are some really interesting colours in here, like that one I'm really liking. It's almost like a duochrome, like gold greeny colour. And I don't know, I don't think this is like a typical Christmas eyeshadow palette, but I quite like that because there are some really interesting colours in there. So I'm obviously going to prime my eyes first with the mini shadow insurance that came in the kit. I don't often use eyeshadow primer, so I don't really know what to do with it. I didn't realise it was like a foundation-y colour. Feels kind of oily. I don't really know. Again, I don't use shadow primer, so I don't really know what it's supposed to feel like. But to me, it feels a little bit oily. So I'm just going to wait for it to settle in before I go in with any eyeshadows. It's so hard to get into the corners when you've got long nails. I've also just had my nails done for autumn. It's been about 2 years since I last had my nails done. But I absolutely love these. Like, I've got a little orange glittery one there, and I think they're super autumnal, so I'm very happy with those. Okay, so obviously I can't use all of these eyeshadows, so I will also do some swatches of these and insert them probably either while I'm talking now or in the next clip. I haven't decided yet, but I don't really know what look to go for. There's a bright purple that I kind of want to use, but then there's also quite a lot of like neutral browns. I also don't know whether to start with the darkest one this time or do the lighter ones. Sometimes I find starting with the darker one works better, but I don't know. Okay, I think I've decided. So these are the swatches. For some reason the camera never focuses on my swatches, but there are some really, really nice shimmers in that palette and they all swatched so well. These are all with like one swipe and they all just swatched amazingly. Like that orange sparkly one there, that's like a like goldy pink duochrome, and that one's like a white pink duochrome, and they're just all so nice. I did manage to get them all on my arm. So I desperately need to clean my brushes because there isn't a single clean one, but I'm going to start with this dark shade here. I'm just going to blend that in the outer corner of my eyes. Again, there's no mirror in this. I feel like they definitely like had room to put a mirror in, but maybe, I don't know, maybe the budget didn't support that. Okay, so that shade's on. It's nicely pigmented, hasn't come up patchy at all. I did kind of overdo it on this eye a bit, but I can't say this shade is particularly unique to this palette. Like, I think there are definitely like other Too Faced palettes with this shade in, but it performed really nicely. And then I'm going to blend that out with this shade here called Gingerbread, which I think might be like a satin, like it's not totally matte. Okay, so that shade is super autumnal and I already really like how this look is turning out. I did have a bit of trouble blending that corner out with it, but it might just be because I'm using the wrong brush or because it's a satin shade and not a matte, and I know that like shimmers and satins and stuff don't always blend out as easier as mattes do. Okay, I really like how that looks at the minute, so I might just now go in with the glitter because I don't want to overdo it too much and I do quite like a simple, kind of like easy to follow look. So I am going to apply some glitter primer first, I think, because I definitely think those shades are going to need it, and then decide which glitter I want to use. So the glitter glue I'm using is just the Revolution Glitter Eyeshadow Primer, and I'm just going to apply that with a flat brush. Just going to squeeze that straight onto the brush. Not sure how much I'll need. I'm not going to put too much on, I don't think. So I think I might just go for the classic gold because I think that would look best with the brown eyeshadow at the minute. Also, they've included a nice little like light shade and a dark brown shade in here, which would obviously go with the glitter quite well. So if you just wanted to like take a little bit of a sparkly palette on the go with you, either like if you're going away for Christmas, or I don't know, if you want to like top up your glitter while you're out, I think it's a really handy sized palette because you've got those two shades in there as well. So I'm going to do one eye at a time just because I don't want the glitter primer to dry up. The brush doesn't really want to pick up the glitter that well, and I don't really want to do it with my finger if I'm honest. Okay, the brush isn't picking up the glitter. Oh, that's weird. Okay, it's almost a pressed glitter. I feel like it's kind of between a pressed glitter and like a glitter eyeshadow. I would almost prefer if it was just a pressed glitter because it makes it easier to get that like cut crease, because I cannot get in the corner with my long nails on. Okay, it's on. It wasn't as difficult as I was making it out, but for some reason it just like wouldn't pick up on the brush. But that might be a good thing because when I used a different glitter palette yesterday, the glitter was kind of like quite chunky and was barely like sat in the pan, so at least you know that it's not going to fall out of the eyeshadow palette. But as always, glitter is kind of a little bit annoying to work with because I do end up getting it everywhere. I don't know if that's just me or just because it is glitter, but it just ends up all over my face. But having said that, that glitter does look really pretty, and you would definitely stand out at a Christmas party if you had a glitter all over your eyelid. That looks really, really nice. So the glitter is on my eyelid. I did make a little bit of a mess of it, but I still think it looks really nice. The only trouble is it gets absolutely everywhere. Like, I've got glitter all over my hand now, so I'm not looking forward to swatching them. It might be a bit of a boring look, but you can't really do too much with it when you're going to put glitter over the top anyway. So I think I'm just going to blend the corners out with that shade I started with, and then move on to the mascara. I also brought that shade down along my lower lash line a little bit. So I'm just going to apply the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, and I have already used this mascara and it is one of my favourites. I just don't tend to buy it that much because it is a little bit expensive. I think the mini bottle, which is very mini, is £10, and then the full size is £19, which I think is a lot to pay for mascara, and honestly I don't mind paying it that much, but it's never really on my it's never really on the top of my shopping list. So that is just with one coat of the Better Than Sex mascara, and I absolutely love this mascara. Like, it's the best one I've ever tried. I have got, though, the waterproof one, and it just isn't the same. Like, it's just not as good as the original. So I'm really happy to have another little original Better Than Sex mascara because it is just like the best mascara I've ever tried. And now to finish off the look, I am going to use the Gingerbread Melted Matte Lipstick. It did come with a mini in the packet. This is the full size one, but because I already owned the full size one, I gave the mini to my friend. Oh wow. I always forget how much it really does like stink of gingerbread in like a good way. Okay, so I finished off the look with the gingerbread lipstick, and I did make a bit of a mess of it. I kind of try and reshape my lips a bit because they are uneven and it always goes wrong. But I love these lipsticks. I got last year the set of 4 of them, and I wore them like all winter long. I absolutely loved them. They're really comfortable to wear, and I don't know, I think maybe it looks a bit much with this look, but I did just want to use like the whole kit just to like complete my face with it. Overall, I think this is a really good kit. Like, imagine like opening it on Christmas Day, like it would be so nice. There's a lot of good stuff in here. All the products are good quality, because I know sometimes like Too Faced have come under like a bit of controversy under their like quality control, but I've never had any problems with it other than my like palette from last year. I'll link the video up there, but I basically received a broken palette, but it was fine. So I am very happy with this little cookie house party palette, but I definitely think I'll be using the face palette a lot, and probably the eyeshadows as well. I do have a lot of eyeshadows at the minute though. I did do a decluttering video which I will hopefully upload before this one, but if not, I've basically just like cleared out my drawer and put them into like a box to put under my bed, because I've bought so many recently. But I did also buy the Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette, which I will also be doing a video on. So if you want to check that out, make sure you do subscribe. But hopefully you did enjoy today's video, and if you did, I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!